are listening to the FTWpodcast.com, where we talk about wrestling in all of its laughable glory. Here's a clip from this week's episode.
You can also ask us questions by emailing questions at the FTWpodcast.com, or you can send us a tweet at FTWpodcast, or post on our Facebook wall, facebook.com/FTWpodcast. Okay, so Brian on Facebook asked, I think there's a small chance that Shawn Michaels comes out of retirement for one more match at next year's WrestleMania against Triple H, not 28, 29. If so, how would you feel about it?
I would love to see it. I still think HBK retired a little too early. Personal opinion, of course.
I would hate it only because it takes away HBK's credibility. Like, I understand that previously he did retire because of his back. When he realized that he could come back, he was good enough to come back, and he came back and did a run, fine. You've been inducted in the Hall of Fame.
You're done.
You're done. You retired, you were inducted. Please be done.
Don't be...
You can't pair him, though, with the likes of, like, Hogan and Ric Flair, though, who were in the Hall of Fame and then decided we're going to work for another company and wrestle matches there.
Then why retire?
What is wrong? What is honestly wrong with having one more match? Is it honestly going to break?
Because you're retired.
Scott, the reason why is what's wrong with having one more Indiana Jones movie?
Right.
What's wrong with having 3 more Star Wars movies?
Now it's time for Rocky 5.
Yeah. Why didn't you stop at Rocky 4? There is a reason why you quit while you're ahead, and Shawn Michaels is ahead. He comes back, and I can tell you right now, that match is not going to be nearly as good as because we're gonna look at that. Now what we're gonna do is compare it to his last matches with Taker and Triple H and everything, and he's not gonna have it. And it's just just go out top. Go out top.
I'm not, Scott. I'm not saying he wouldn't do a good job. I'm saying I don't want to see it because I want him to be able to stick.
Hey, no, you know what? That's all fine and dandy, but when you got matches like The Rock versus Cena, and you got The Rock choking like he is almost every week, I mean, I can't see how that match between Triple H and HBK would be less entertaining than having Cena versus Rock.
It has nothing to be about entertaining. Do I want to see the match? Was the question. No, because I want him to have some credibility. Saying yes, I'm retired.
I just don't see how it could truly lose his credibility by having a match.
You lose credibility when you say, and we were talking about this on the WrestleMania show roundtable too. You lose credibility when you say you're retired. You're fucking retired. You stay.
And it wasn't like and also from the live chat, brought up a really good point. If you retire voluntarily, you can come back whenever you want. Shawn lost through a retirement match.
That's such a poor comment. I'm sorry.
Here, Robert. The slight flaw in that is, so did Macho Man to Ultimate Warrior. In the next WrestleMania, he was in WrestleMania.
He was in WrestleManias for like three more.
I know, but no. For me, it's just you said you were retired. You're done. Please
you're
done.
You're done. You rode off to the sunset. You're good.
Yeah, it's just the circumstances in which he went out.
But this isn't baseball. This isn't football. This isn't when you retire, you're done, you go home, you get fat. Wrestling has always been at least open to the fact that if you do retire, you do have that option to come back for at least one more match. I think you guys are so desensitized by the people like Hogan and Ric Flair, who basically took their retirement, used it as toilet paper, and wiped their ass with it.
But do you want to see that happen to Shawn? I don't.
You think that's honestly going to happen if he does one more match, and all of a sudden he's back on the roster and he's going to wrestle every week?
Where does it end?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What happens if he and Triple H have a really great match? Now all of a sudden you've got fans like you who, hey, HBK still got it. Maybe we should have him back. And it's way too hard. It is way too hard in pro wrestling to come back.
No, it's not. Because you have a match that happened about a few years ago at WrestleMania. It was Chris Jericho versus Roddy Piper, Jimmy Snuka, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Now, in that match, don't get me wrong, Snuka clearly should not have been in that match. And Roddy Piper, yeah, he was bad. But Ricky put on probably one hell of a match that most of those young guys could not have even imagined. Now, granted, he did wrestle another match after that, but he didn't come back full time. And while people did see him work and did want him to come back, he did bow out respectfully. So for you guys to sit there and say that HBK would come back full time if he has one more match, I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
I think it's too close to when he retired for that one more match thing to go the way you're going in your scenario.
Yeah, wait a couple of years. maybe have him come back if needed. But
so you would want him to age further and get to a point where he might not even be able to actually hold a match?
I don't want him. I don't want him
clearly
to come
makes
back
sense.
At all. I don't want him to come back.
That's good for you. Congratulations. You have an opinion. That's fantastic.
But I
don't agree with it.
Well, that's fine.
That's fine, but that was the question. We answered it, and you're getting mad at us.
I'm getting mad because you guys are ganging up on me here.
You're the
Welcome to the show, Scott.
You know we don't like. Never mind.
We don't like new people. You're from outside our camp, so yes, you're gonna be the first one that gets
I have
burned
been
at
on
the
this
stake.
show how many times? I was even in the freaking theme song for one episode. I'm not new. I'm not new.
Well, you've heard our thoughts, but now we want to hear from you. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter, and even join us live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. at the FTWpodcast.com.